Hello everyone, Chatting over here, and here is an update on the second day. Yesterday I, let's say, woke up at like 12 p.m. a.m. whatever it is, almost after going to sleep at 3 p.m. And now, after another whole day of play, I am level 59, as you can see here, and now my build has taken a little bit more color. Now we have criticals. I'm going to explain this keystone, that is the only one that I'm going to use for the meanwhile. And then, as you might expect, critical here, power charge here, power charge here, power charge here, some elemental pen, super damage with quarterstaffs. Quarterstaffs can consume an additional power charge. Then I'm going to get these things for extra build up and whatever. Remember, extra knockback gives you area on bell. These Herald things, I'm going to take them off when I can get my cast on crit on Sniper's Mark. I'm also going to explain why Sniper's Mark is going to be important. And basically, we are going to do a super strong Freaker Strike with Mantra of Destruction. And before we do that, we have to charge our stuff, and for that we need power charges. If you don't know what charge stuff is, it's a skill that gives you extra added damage, added lightning per power charge. We have 7 power charges right now, and we get power charges two ways right now: from combat frenzy and profusion. Sometimes gives us 2 charge instead of 1. This gives me a charge when I freeze, electrocute, or pin. I freeze quite a lot. And then there's also the sniper's mark, that when I do a critical strike, I get a frenzy charge, and I also get bonus damage on the critical strike. Now, this keystone makes it so when I gain a frenzy charge, instead I gain a power charge. This makes it so we can use our charge stun and our flicker strike. And I also have some extra power now on my ascendancy. As you might expect, after going into the bridge, we have gotten the lucid dreaming. The third point in my case is going to be reality rending. And this will give us some extra damage as chaos. It's just plain and dry, not much. Now, ideally, you would go Darkness and Grasp of the Void, but I think I'm not going to do that because I do think I need that cast on crit or Combat Frenzy to get my Frenzy charges online. So it's likely that we will go for the fourth point, Chayula's Gift or Ravenous Dots, making mana leech instant and making our abilities be able to get that mana going, because we are quite mana hungry actually. Now, what do we do? How do we play? Right now, I'm still using Ice Strike. I'm going for kind of an Ice, Lightning, and Chaos damage. And we even do some physical from Bell and Flicker to get that stun. We will eventually also go for Daze and other things. My goal, at least, is to be quite offensive while still being attacking, because I'm going to get electrocute also. If you don't know what electrocute is, it's the ailment from lightning that you can apply, and it makes it so bosses get staggered. It's the same thing as freeze, and in this case, a stun. The normal stun and freeze make so bosses can't attack, can't do anything, and they take extra damage if you have some talents. And in the case it's this talent, the electrocution, that is going to make it so they take extra damage eventually when I get it. And of course, when they are frozen, they also receive extra things. Now, how it's our gameplay? Our gameplay is nothing incredible. We just first get our power charges. As you can see, it's not that hard to get those charges. There's also talents for chances to get all of my charges instead of one. And then we charge our stuff, and now is when we are quite strong. We begin going apeshit. As you can see, the clear is nothing crazy because this is of course still early acts and things. But our flicker strike, at least now it's online already. I also have it with combo and other things. You can see now I have 7 charges. And in this map at least, I'm going to use one stop destruction and then go for a place where actually has mobs instead of only one there. And as you might expect, it's super cool. And now we also had those 10 stacks, making it do a lot of chaos damage extra. Now, do remember to keep your charge stuff up, getting those power charges again. And when you freeze and do the sniper's mark and things, you're going to get them back. Because that is a huge deal of damage that you can deal. Of course, if you need a little bit more damage, you can also put the bell. The bell is super strong. And you can also, by the way, use Flicker Strike even if you don't have all of the frenzy charges. It still does a lot of damage. And clears most likely everything that you can imagine. Now, as for the links, I'm going to show them to you now if you are interested. They are going to change a little bit when I have full links on everything, but for now, Flicker Strike is combo finisher for a huge deal of damage, and we are not going to use Flicker Strike instantly because we first want to get our charge stuff anyway. So it's fine that it stays at 5 combo. Perpetual charge is the thing that makes it so it can hit a huge deal of times, because what it does is it checks for your power charges and then it expends the ones that it can, and then it checks if it can expend them again, and if it can, it will. And of course, I have close combat, but you can put other things, like for example, if you have ways to get rage, you can put the rage one, or don't put penetration because this is a full physical from the beginning. I don't mind conversion and things. Now, Herald of Ice, as you might expect, is going to be changed eventually for the custom crit setup. But for now, I have Cold Infusion and Glaciation. It just does a big explosion. Mantle of Destruction has Premeditation and Murderous Intent. This already gives a lot of damage to our Flicker Strike. 34% of damage as chaos. Remember, now there are no conversions in the game. You just get all of the damage that does the ability, and it goes extra. Of course, it's a little less stronger because there's no non-chaos as chaos anymore, but still, it goes there. We get these two things, 15% more damage, never bad, and then cooling. As you might know, now cooling is a little bit different. It goes, I think, 20, 15, 10, 5 for normal, magic, rare, and unique mobs. You can get more cooling threshold, but I'm not going to get it. Now for charge the stuff, persistence, it makes it so it does more skill effect, and also has ruthless. Eventually I'm going to put electrocute here and other things, but for now it has that. Tempest Bell, one of the strongest abilities that we have for burst. I put rage. As you know, rage gives more attack damage now until you get 30. Nothing crazy, and it's one place to get rage. You can also put rage on the charge stuff. Actually, I'm going to put it there if I can. No, I can't actually. And potential. Potential makes it so it consumes one power charge. It's nothing crazy. We get some power charges anyway. And it has a lot more chance to critically strike. This is the Tempest Bell normal. Then we have the impact, has 30, and if we spend, it have 30% more. And the shockwaves also the same thing, 30%, and it can even more. Combat Frenzy, I already explained it, the extra chance to get an additional charge. Ice Strike, this is kind of, let's say, our generator, but for now it does also a lot of damage. We get the Crescendo for the finisher. Sometimes I get more than 2 finishers for some reason, I don't know why. And Martial Tempo, more attack speed, never bad. You want your regenerator and things like that. to attack super fast possible, and Prima Armament use more weapon elemental damage. Cool one. Mark Hand of Chayula is the thing that is applying the Sniper's Mark right now. It will eventually go into custom crit, as you already know. And we also have it so it gets more stone build up. This is just whatever. And our Frost Bomb, because we do a lot of ice damage right now. Let's say like that. Same reason I have the Herald of Ice with those points over here. The Coming Calamity with 50% increased cold damage. Quite good. And this gives our thing extra juice, 25% because of strip away. And eventually you can also get a 5% more here. Now I'm going to put the build again over here. And right now these are the points that we have. And for the future, the idea is to get the extra thing with quarter staves here, and then go and begin getting extra chaos damage and things. So we're going to get this over here, this part over here. This critical strike bonus is super huge. And if the thing lets us, maybe Whispers of Doom, but it seems that it's a little bit far away. You also get some extra damage over here and places like that. I will see. As you might expect, no one actually knew the full tree, so everyone is kind of doing things. Now, as for maps and other things, I expect our defensives to be compromised unless we do some things. So, if you are most of a defensive player, remember that Monk has a lot of power on that, on the evasion and energy shield part. So I do recommend that you can do that, and you can get here evasion, energy shield, blah blah blah. Over here also you have points. You have these wheels and also here, and then you can go into the witch place and get some extra one. But I do recommend that you can maybe go into more an evasion thing. And there's also, you can get the blind on hit, and here you get blind effect. You know, blind now works the same as in PoE1. You mobs are less likely to hit you, and you are more likely to hit them. I do want to try and see if I do Eternal Jolt, so I can get my life recovery applied to flasks and then get leech and recharge going into my normal life. But that's a thing for the future. Now, these are my stats right now. As you might expect, they are not crazy because we are still leveling and getting shit. And my stuff hasn't changed in a while. But also, the soul cores come from Ultimatum. Remember that you can do them, getting them from mobs after the places. And my gear is nothing huge. I even have some 3 mod items going in. So that is everything for now. I hope you had a nice day, and I'm going to keep going and post more things about the build. I hope people are interested. If not, I don't mind that much. Just keep playing, and I have a nice day. Bye bye.